Hello there, everybody. Welcome to my live. I'm just adjusting because literally just before I came on, I've got my light ring on. Sorry for moving you around while I'm talking. I put my light ring on and it's playing Bambi legs. It's going, so I'm just keeping my eye on it. It might collapse. I've tried to make my flap of my laptop support Bambi. Yes, my big tripod that I've used for filming is Bambi. And this is Bambi's baby, also called Bambi. So yeah, do any of you have problems like that? There's nothing to tighten to stop the legs going out. So if it's not pristine straight, it collapses just as I was going live. Okay, got lots to talk about and lots to say. I've got a little list of all the little odds and ends because I always forget something. I've just come out the pool because I waited to do a quick mop off the floor, the kitchen floor, while Mike was out feeding the horses. So I didn't like pull the chairs and tables out, literally just did the main floor, quick mop round and had to go in the pool. I was sweating like anything. So yes, we still have the heat wave. What have I done today? I managed to edit 2 videos. I've just finished editing 2 videos, so I'm very pleased with that. Got 2 done. It's been sitting on this board for ages. I needed to edit those. This morning, I was told, I have my baby fruit trees, and I was told to stop the ants going up them to the fruit. They said you put a bit of, what do you call it? Like that really thick, sticky tape you use for like building, duct tape. Is it duct tape? Really thick, sticky tape. Put that round, and then you put another one rolled up round it, and the ants will stick to it and won't like it. And I thought, well, that's a bit of a waste. So I just did one bit backwards and stuck it to itself, so the sticky was out, and did it really tight. And after one day, obviously with the heat, there was no sticky on it. So today I went around cutting it all off that I put on. So I did that. What else? Oh, I cleared up a little bit. I made a start because it's just too hot. The patio out here, I had all my pots and things where I'd grown stuff in the winter with my herb garden. And I've started moving that down to another area. I've got a plan for next year, a major new landscaping and reorganisation of a whole area of my garden. So I'm starting to move stuff down there. Whether it comes off or not, who knows, but I've got a plan. Plan is here. So I have to transpose that into action, but that will have to wait till late spring because of the heat. What else? I have been very grateful. I haven't shown you yet, but I will be editing it soon. A shopping haul, and something I bought there was a lap tray, like a breakfast tray, if you like, but really cheap, plasticky. And I just wanted it when I'm sitting in the evening. Mike likes to watch YouTube and things on the laptop, and I sit there, but sometimes I like to do something at the same time. So that's when I'll do my cross stitch or something where I can listen and look up, but I'm doing something constructive at the same time. And I'm always reaching for like the box of this threads and things like that. So I actually got myself like a plastic tray table thing, and it's got little compartments, 3 compartments, so I can put my needles and scissors in. And I'm grateful I got that, not just because I then not bending everywhere because I get a really bad back, so it's all on my lap, but because it's got the legs, I can use it with the legs. And in this heat, I wouldn't want anything on my lap, so it's really good for that. So I'm pleased for that. I did have this week, it's gone right down now, but just back here, big, massive lump came up. And I could see there was a bite there. And if you remember, I think it was last year or the year before, I think, I got bite by a hornet. And with my no immune system now, I was highly allergic to it. I'm not allergic to things, but now I'm allergic to most things. And obviously I assume it was being in the swimming pool when something had landed or was on the top of the water, and I swam and it came and got me. I don't know what it was, but that ended up a massive lump on my back. So I've been taking antihistamines. I didn't feel ill with it or anything, so we managed at home. And Mike kept putting what do you call it on there, like antiseptic cream and that. So it's going down a lot. There's a tiny bit there. It still a bit hurts when I touch it, but it was getting really big and out of control. So that I need to say happy birthday to V. It's her birthday on Saturday. Yes, Saturday. It's V's birthday on Saturday. So happy birthday, V. And if any of you know V, then make sure you say happy birthday, because I won't see her until after the event. And while I'm talking of channels, I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Jimmy from The Astute Tourist. Do go and check out his channel. He doesn't know it, but he's been helping me get through the troubles of my life at the moment. He's just making me laugh and smile, and as I say, you never know what someone's going through behind the scenes, no matter how happy they appear. You just don't know what they're dealing with. So say hello to someone, go and visit a channel, even if it's to say hello, and do pop in and see The Astute Tourist. So thank you, Mr. Jimmy. Much appreciation. What else? I made yesterday finally my lollies or popsicles. I think it was my last live I was talking about I need to make them. Yes, because I read out how to make them. So if you want to know how to make them, you can either listen to my last live where I did read out how to do them, but I have also under that live put a link to my video when I first made them. So you can just go onto the last live and look in the description and click on the link of how to make the lollipops or popsicles. It's very easy, it's very quick, and it's very low cost. You just need sugar, water, and whatever you want to flavour it with. I did 6 this time, really big tubs. Lucky I got my new freezer. Thank you to Kathy on Little Garden Big Dreams, because she helped pay for most of the freezer. So thank you for that, Kathy. And the flavours I've made, so now I can stack them in there. I made Coca-Cola, peach cordial I used to make peach. My summer fruit cordial, which is a mix of different fruits in that. A lemonade, orange juice. I'm sure I made 6. Perhaps I made 5. Yeah, perhaps I made 5. So 5 different ones there. So, oh, yes, I didn't make any alcoholic ones this time. So we just want them for just refreshment. So I made those. We haven't tried them yet because I made them yesterday. You can have them about 3 hours after. You let them semi-set for 2 to 3 hours. Then you whisk them up and put them how you want them presented. So if you want lolly sticks in, you want them in dishes, whatever you want, you then put them in that and then leave them for another 30 minutes. But it was quite late by the time I finished doing that. So maybe later. And I had mentioned before, but you may have missed it, that you're seeing videos on this channel of my most recent workaway, Emma, my volunteer. You've seen one just posted of what she did here, and there will be one coming up soon of a Q&A I did with her, which is very interesting. So look out for that. But I didn't put on that because I'd sort of edited that as she was going, because she had a weekend before she left and she doesn't help on the weekend. So I wasn't going to be filming her. So I edited the Q&A with her, which was the last video that I'm going to post. And then she left a gift for me. So I couldn't put that in the video because I'd already edited it. So if you want to know what she left for me, that was on my last live on my other channel. Sure, it's on my last live on my other channel. If not, it's the one before that, but I'm pretty sure it's on the last live because I can show you it. So I showed you it there. It's too big to really show like this. And I use StreamYard on the other channel, so you can see it there. So if you want to know what she left for me, it's on there. Any other little bits? Oh yes, I've asked people to just to blow me out of the blues. Just put some sticks of dynamite emojis in the comments. Other people wonder what on earth is going on, but yeah, just throw me a few sticks of dynamite in there to blow it all out the water. It's doing me good. Makes me smile when I see it. Is that all of those things, the odds and ends? Just looking. Yes, that's the odds and ends. And I thought I'd share another one of my mad dreams with you. Which one shall I do? This is an interesting one because I've got two on board. I write them down as soon as I wake up or else I'll totally forget them. This was a very interesting one. And actually, because I do a lot of psychology, I think you might like this. Hey, BT Treasure Trails, nice to see you. How are you doing, my friend? Don't forget, this is your chat, so you can put a little bit about your channel there for anyone who doesn't know your channel, or you can say what your latest video is, anything you like. You're quite welcome to advertise your channel in my chat because people won't know what you do on your channel. I'm up, I'm camp. Oh, far away from home. Wow. Far from home, working. Wow. That sounds fun. I have to pop over your channel, see what you're up to. I will have to come and have a look. Wow. Yeah, so my mad dream, but as I say, it's quite an interesting one. You could treat this like a real story. Basically, none of this is true. It doesn't relate to anything. But I was teaching some children in a sports centre. But independent of the sports centre. I think I was just using a room. They had lots of rooms. And in my dream, I have to keep saying my dream in case people suddenly tune in. Hey, Kaz, don't choke on the drink. Kaz, right? It was so funny. I'm saying about one of my latest dreams. So I'm teaching in this sports centre, but I'm not employed by the sports centre, I don't think. I've just rented a room. And I'm teaching some dancing, and I've got like a student teacher with me. She's quite young, but she's quite good. And we're in this room, but we have another room as well. And I ask her to go and get me a CD or something from the other room. And I say it's in a drawer, blah, blah, blah. And she comes back and she's like, I don't really know which drawer. And, so I'm like, by the time I've tried to explain it, I'm supposed to be teaching at the same time. So I said, look, I'll come and show you what drawer so you'll know in the future. But I didn't want to leave the children. They weren't little. But anyway, as I come out, in the corridor, there's all the sports centre teachers that are supposed to be teaching different sports, and they're all just hanging out in the corridor. So I thought, well, blow this. I'm concerned about leaving these big children, teenagers, and all these little kids that were at the sports centre are all just running riot in the rooms, and the adults who are supposed to be with them are out the rooms. Anyway, so I go and find this CD. Anyway, when I'm coming back, there's two policemen in the corridor, and they're like, oh, can you tell me the name of the person that tried to murder you? And I'm like, oh, I can't remember. Now, I really can't remember people's names and that. I'm not very good with my brain damage. So that bit is kind of true. And I was like getting in a tears, like trying to get this name that I can't think of in my head. And they said, because he's tried to kill these people, but he killed loads, but he didn't kill you. And we need to know it is the same person. So you need to say his name. So I was like, I can't remember the name. Then Mike comes up. He knows my problem with my name. So he says the name of the murderer, the person who tried to murder me. And they said, oh, you've told her now. She has to say it. So I said it. What could they do? And they said, oh, okay then. But the thing is, because he didn't actually murder you, all his money goes to you. And all any money that would ever come to him in any shape or form now comes to you. And you've now got £10 million. And I was like, wow. Anyway, they said, because it's such a big amount, we have to take you to someone who can advise you. So they take me to Alan Sugar. Now, if any of you are not sure who Alan Sugar is, he's very much like Trump was, as in business-wise, that side. So that's sort of the English version of Donald Trump, business-wise. So they said, you're going to meet him. I was like, oh, wow, okay, meet him. And they took me in this room, and it was just a big computer screen. And he was on there as an animation talking to me, but he was an animation. But he was talking to me like an AI. He could interact with me. And he said, right, well, there's two things you can do. You can take the 10 million and go off and do whatever you want with it. But the problem is, if you spend any of it, that's the end of it. Or you can never spend any of the 10 million, but you get into this club where you can do anything you like in their criteria, such as go to certain hotels, holidays, flights, shops, and get things on credit. So you never spend it because they know you're in this 10 million club, but you are limited as to what and where you can go and what you can do with it. So this is the question. Do you just take the 10 million, spend it and it's gone? Or do you join the club of people with 10 million, but you can't go off and spend any of it? You can only go to all the things associated to those in the club. So there's bars you can go to and all the rest of it. But as soon as you spend one single little bit of it on something else, you lose the 10 million. What would you do? Would you be limited on what you can do, but never spend any of it? So it's like a sort of bonus group, if you like. So there's certain hotels you can go to and things, but you can only do the things on this list. So that was a really random dream. Really weird. Okay, I normally start with what's my mood of the day card. So let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do my friends one, as I was talking about earlier in this live. Friends go a long way. My community friends is a really big thing. So that's my card for today. Weirdo. Oh dear. Did you ever have that saying at school, Kaz? Takes one to know one. We used to do that. If someone said something to us, we'd go, oh, it takes one to know one. I have weird dreams. On my last live, on my other channel, my last live, yeah, I went through another dream. I'm sure people come in the middle of these dreams and go, okay. Yes. Okay, so I have actually still got a bit of my cocktail left. Okay, so what have I been reading last? Last time I showed you this book I just started, knew nothing about it. Let me just say it started off as a 4 out of 10. Went to 4.5 at a push, got a bit better. Then it went to a 3. And I just finished it for the sake of finishing it because I was over halfway through. It went back to maybe a 3.5. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it, but as I always say, everyone likes different sorts of books. And I think it might have even been based on a true story, maybe her, the author, because at one point she talks about a publishing company and she just puts the first letter. which would be a bit random. So, and it was like antidotes, lots of little bits in the middle when I got to not liking it so much. And you know what they say, like a dry humour or someone's sense of humour that isn't funny. And there was all these little like antidote type things. And I was like, okay. So that's why. You might like it, but if you like what I like, you won't like it. So that is going in the giveaway pile. Giveaway. So now I've picked up, these are all 3 books from a friend of mine. That's why they're all different sorts of things. So this is called Home Leave by Libby Purvis. And it just says, because I haven't started it yet, Catherine and Caroline, Toby and Mark were globe-trotting siblings, British diplo-brats, whose childhood homes lay in Italy or Israel, France or Washington, D.C., wherever their father was posted at the time. But all that was years ago. Now Catherine is approaching middle age, married to a life of cheese-paring selfishness, looking after young offenders on a chilly organic farm. Mark is a prim supermarket executive. Caroline, a wealthy Kensington wife. And Toby, well, Toby is a problem, the joker in the pack. He always was. Amid growing tensions, marriage fatigue and unspoken resentments, the apparent tragedy of Toby's disappearance jolts his sisters and brothers into making angry, anxious journeys from California to Flanders, back in time and into their own hearts. So there you go. Thank you. So I haven't read it, so look out for the review. It's fairly small print, so I can only read it in the daytime. Okay, and now I have gone further with my craft project. Yay, yay. And for any newbies, my craft project was I got this apron from my parents a long time ago for gardening. And I thought, oh, you could cross stitch on that. So I've made my own unique merch. So I have my name on the top pocket. I haven't finished it yet. And I have my channel name. So you'll see me gardening eventually. And I'm gradually doing all these vegetables all round. So I've got beetroot, leek, mushroom, tomato, parsnip, cucumbers new. I've been doing that this week. Sweet corn, carrots, the pepper I had started but not finished. We've got, let me straighten it out. We have a pea pod, radish is new. Just done the radish, another mushroom, cabbage, and tomato. Wow. So that's coming on. I want to fill it up. I can't go lower down than the cucumber. And I can't go right to the sort of bottom corners because I won't be able to get the needle in there. So I've got a bit more space there. Maybe a bit more there. So there's a bit more to go. I'm trying to sort of separate the greens and the reds a little bit. But that is coming on. I'm quite pleased I've got a bit more of that done. My aim is to finish all my pom projects. So that's what I'm working on right now. So there's that. Okay. I have a quiz for you. And I will do the answers in a video. So you can have time to see if you know any of the answers. And then we are going to play a game. Yes, a Q&A game, but fun questions. But first, the quiz. If you can name any of these, then you can always put them in the comments now, or if you're watching this back later, in the comments below. And as I say, I'll do it as a video with the answers. What is the tallest mountain in the Americas? What 2 countries aided Franco in the Spanish Civil War? This is a good one. What is the circumference of a bowling ball? Who was Huckleberry Finn afraid of? How many movies did Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers make? That's quite a good one. What's the full name of Clark Gable? Who coined the name United States of America? Who sculptured the Thinker? Who wrote Roots, the book? Who developed the first kindergarten? Who was the playwright of Caesar and Cleopatra? Who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin? Who awards the Pulitzer Prize? And 3 more. What was the last play that Lincoln saw? What is the name of our present calendar? And what is water consist of? What does water consist of? Consist. So that gives you time to think of those. You can play it back and we'll see who gets the most of those before I make the video. Okay, let's play my game. So if you want to answer, you can. If you don't want to answer, you can just learn more about me. And as I said, if you watch this back later, if you want to put some of your answers in the comments. Okay, Q&A. Name something that bores you rigid. Name something that bores you rigid. I don't like boxing, watching boxing or cricket. What bores me rigid? Time wasters in all respects, whether it be on YouTube. Oh, while we're on YouTube, grifters. I don't like grifters. Don't get me going on that one. Bores me rigid. Just standing waiting in a queue, or if you're on time for an appointment and you have to waiting. Ooh, politics. That's a good one, Kaz. Politics. Bores me rigid. Just waiting in general. Liars. Ooh, liars. That can be grifters, because a lot of them pretend they don't have. Else bores me rigid. A pneumatic drill. Ooh, bores me. Okay, let's do the next one. Next question. Have you ever played or wanted to play a musical instrument? I think most people should learn at least the piano, because that's the instrument you can transcribe to other instruments. I was saying the other day, I do have an electronic keyboard. I don't play it very much now because I don't know if my fingers could play it. Is that like an e-beggar? That's what people call me. Kind of. Recorder at school. Oh, I think in England everyone plays a recorder at school. Is that just an English thing? Or if you're from another country, is there an instrument you kind of play at school? Guitar as well. I think those who progressed from recorder, it went on to guitar. That was all we were ever offered to play at school. Or violin there was in senior school. Violin, I didn't do that. I tried guitar. I was a bit annoyed. I was only in junior school, middle school, primary school, when we did guitar, and we had this male teacher, and instead of teaching us the chords, he called them funny things and did dots, and we didn't kind of learn it properly. He numbered them. So I don't really understand what we did. Hey, Desert Adventures in Arizona. Hi there. Hi there, how are you doing? Don't forget, guys, if you want to write something about your channel in my chat, you're very welcome to. I'm here for community. So if you want to say what your channel is, if it doesn't explain it in its title, if you want to say when you do lives or what your recent video is about, do put it in the comments. I'm here for you. You're giving me your time, so I give you my chat. You're very welcome to put whatever you want in the chat. They won't let you learn the drums. We're talking about, Steve, what instruments we would like to play or did play, or what we learnt at school. I misread that then. I'm seeing dessert there, Kaz. I'm seeing dessert. It's 6 p.m. here. You're in my live. Yes, I was in your live. Yes, do check out each other's channel. As I said, if you want to put about your channel in the chat, you're very welcome. So, see, dessert and then desert, I get thirsty. Okay, let's do the next question. You can type desert or dessert. Desert, I will be thirsty. Dessert, I'll be hungry. Okay, next question. If you had one wish, what would it be? I like equality. I know there's got to be some sort of system, but I think the wrong types of people are in power. It needs to be your common working man, let's say, your common person. I don't mean common, your common everyday man or lady or whatever. But I don't like power, hierarchy. I know there's got to be some form of control, if you like, but I don't like when rules are made for no reason. I don't like that. What was the actual question? If you had one wish, what would it be? Well, I just wish the whole way the world was different. So, like, start again. I don't believe there should be poverty when countries with poverty, there are different classes. There's not poverty in the whole of a country of poverty. So I'd change that. I want equality, not in the way it's promoted today, but in the way of life. I know you'd kind of have to sort things out, but yes, that basically a lot more equality in respect of wipe out all debts and everything, just start again. Let the hard workers get the benefit, as in if you work in a sewer, you should get the most money, not a footballer or a film star, pop star, etc. So just re-level everything. Less bullying, says Kaz. No bullying, Kaz. No bullying. No bullying. Agreed. Less bullying, no cheating. Yes. Yes. Next one. Question. Can you name 3 points that make a good friend? This, and this. 3 points that make a good friend. Honesty, reliability. Honesty, reliability. Someone always will. Honesty, reliability. I'm going to say availability, but I don't mean they've got to always be there. I just mean when you need them, they will be there, whether it be on the end of the phone or an ear. So I don't mean they've got to be there for you all the time, because I would say your best friends are the ones that you may not even be able to meet up with or catch up with, but when you're back together, you're straight back at that same point. Kaz says loyalty, respect, honesty. So we've got two of those the same for sure. For sure, definitely. Have a sip. Desert Adventures, don't you have a live not long after mine? Am I right? Or is that not every day? When are your lives? Because I know one time I came off mine and you was on yours or going on yours. I was so knackered after mine, I didn't come on. But tell me when your lives are. If they're set times, tell me when they are. Honesty, got your back. Don't talk behind your back because they've got it. Yes, very good. Excellent answer. So we're all saying honesty for sure. I say to Mike sometimes, if I put something on, it doesn't look right or doesn't go. I'm not very good at what goes with what, like top bits and bottom bits. I said, can you tell me? Or if I wear something and maybe I'm at an age, oh, maybe now you shouldn't wear that anymore, tell me. So I'd rather that, you know. Let me write down. Paper. Yes, because I don't know when yours are. And Kaz, do you have set times? I know you go on at the weekend, but I told you I can't do weekends. I try not to go on computer weekends. Don't go and wobble you if I go on there. Right over here. 8 a.m. Arizona time. I don't know what Arizona time is. I tell you what time it is now. Now it is just after 6 p.m. at night. Can you work it out for me what time you would be? Yeah, it's now just after 6 p.m. at night. Co-live. Friday. I probably can't do the Friday. If you're saying 5 p.m., that's going to be like my really late night. 8 a.m. here now. July 26th. It's the same day here. I'm not Australian. Australians are on tomorrow, but I'm still the same day. Right, let me put that down. 8 a.m. here now. And you're saying you do it at 8 a.m. Right, so now, so that's 8:76. So that's me, 6 p.m. Lovely. Thank you for working that out for me. It's easiest. I do that. I sometimes say, if I've got one of my friends in another live chat and we're talking, I'm like, hold on, they do a live. When do you do it? And I say, tell me from now how many hours. No point giving me the times. Kaz does morning, afternoon, evening. Do you have times, Kaz? I know your times. You're 2 hours behind me. Do you have a set time or are you wrong? 10 hours difference? Well, if you say so, I'm not going to work it out. So is that an actual time zone, Arizona time then? I didn't know that was an actual zone. No times. Okay. We just go on. Sometimes I'm like coming off or going on like today when I jumped on yours. I'd only turned on because I was just going to set things up for my life because I have to type everything in. And that's how I saw yours. I thought, quick, I'll just go on there for a minute. That's how I normally catch lives. Okay, next question. Do you find that listening to music changes your mood? Absolutely. Absolutely. Music is in me. Most definitely. I'm sure we all in our teenage years had moments when we wanted the sad music and the sad songs and whatever else. Yes. Yes, thank you. All my questions are answered. Yes and yes. Excellent. Yes, music. And I've talked about this quite a few times. The best place I've ever been because music is everywhere, was Cuba. And I mean everywhere. Literally, you could not go down the road without hearing music everywhere. Music isn't in newspapers. I love it, Kaz. That's funny. Yes. And because music was literally everywhere in Cuba, when I came home, I couldn't even be in the house without music being on, because I was there for quite some time, and it was like, oh, I need music on everywhere. And we do. We have music on most of the time. Sometimes when I'm in the garden, I like quiet and I listen to the birds and that kind of thing, and just listen to the silence. I say silence, but once you've got your bird song and everything else going on, there is no such thing as silence. And at the moment we have the cicadas, so we have all that chirpy noise from them, and sometimes at night we have tree frogs, so we hear those. There's never quite quiet, but anyway, sometimes I garden and I like that, but other times we've got no one living around us for miles and miles, so we've got speakers and we blast the music out, or we go in the pool and we have like the speakers and the music going on. So yeah, music definitely, it changes your mood, it lifts you more than anything else. I like music for lifting me. A lot of my music on my videos, not all of it, but most of it is ROA, ROA. If you type in ROA music, and it's calming but happy music. So look in my description, you'll know if I've used ROA or not, because I credit everyone in mine. It's free, you don't have to pay for it. And as long as you just copy ROA, like her under the video, you have to scroll down quite a lot, and it says it's free, but copy and paste this, so it's free. Hey Shirley, glitter bombs to you. I just missed your live today. I've just said at the beginning of this video, I was so pleased I actually managed to edit 2 videos this afternoon, and the second one was so slow loading. I was like, I need to get on Shirley's. And I got on yours and it said, it's just finished. Shirley's given me all the poppers. Thanks for all the poppers there. Oh dear. Desert Ventures in Arizona says, yes, there is a time for music, a time for quiet. Certainly. And I wouldn't say any particular type of music. Sometimes I like a good party disco beat. I like that. I like sing-alongs, ones that you can belt out when no one's listening. I like a nice bit of classical and instrumental. I like ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. I like all their songs. Random, totally random. Okay, next question. Do you think much about the future? Only concerns of being left behind. But no, I live for today. I do today, basically. What will be, will be. You can't do anything about it. There was a question I got asked before. Would you rather know what you die of, or would you rather know when you would die? So answer that one. I don't know. It depends, really. I don't think you'd like to know when, because you'll just be like forever waiting for that. Or depends, if they say, oh, car accident, would you just be like, oh, I'm not going to the car anymore? You just don't know. But then that could be someone ramming a car up on the pavement at you. So no, there's no point worrying. You can plan. There we go. Desert plans for the future, financial independence. Yes, you can plan for the future, but to worry about it, rules can change, regulations can change, laws can change. Kaz will probably tell you from England that you A lot of English people worked towards a pension. They knew how much money they were going to have in their future when they retired, and several times they have changed that. So a lot of people who'd retired can't afford to live anymore. So in that respect, it's not worth planning your future. I still say your best investment these days, and I'm talking from an English perspective, I don't know other countries, but if I could have foreseen the future, I would have bought properties in different countries rather than investing in a pension, because don't put all your eggs in one basket. So in my mind, don't keep everything in England when that's gone to pot in so many ways. So my advice to myself backwards would have been, don't bother with the pension. It'd be worth nothing. £12 a week. My goodness, how are you supposed to live on that? I haven't got pension. £12 a week, but that's what it would end up being. Or I could have invested all that money in properties in other countries, and you could rent them out or whatever. So that's what I would suggest. If you plan well, you have less stress. Yes, basically we've ended up a life of minimal bills. We pay for Mike's car. We have to have that. We're miles from anywhere. But because of that, we have solar. We are totally off grid. We have to pay for our mailbox in town, which is, I don't know, €15 a year. I don't know. It's not very much. We have to pay the land tax, which is peanuts. Obviously, we have a borehole to pump up water, so we need diesel for the generator for that. And of course, we have to rebuy batteries and things every now and then, but it works out. Our electricity is, what did you say our electric works out, Mike? €42 a month it works out. And we haven't got electricity, but I keep buying batteries. That's what it would work out maximum. So yes, I agree with Desert Ventures. Plan in that respect, but certainly don't worry about the future in other respects, because things can change tomorrow. Okay, nice to see you, Kaz. Thank you so much for being here. You made me laugh. That's what I like. Okay, next question. What's your favourite meal? Ooh, favourite meal. Do we have to say an actual meal? I don't know. I like so many things. I like food. How do you get Wi-Fi? What is it we got for Wi-Fi, Michaelis? Oh, it's 5G. It's Epic Card, which is like a little card thing. Goes in a box. And how much is that? $14.95 a month. That's what we do for that. All my technical questions go to Mike. Oh, Kaz is back. Oh, Desert said breakfast. That I would say is probably one of Mike's favourite, like a great big breakfast. Kaz says steak, chips and mushrooms. I must say English chips, Kaz. Can you send me some proper fat English chips from a fish and chip shop? The big, fatty, squishy ones. They have some out here. I don't think they're quite the same. That's probably the only thing I miss. 5G cell phone. I can't say I've got a favourite. I like Mexican very much. I like Chinese. I like Italian. I like spaghetti bolognese quite a lot. What else do I like? I like sauces. So I like steaks with like Diane sauce, peppercorn sauce, creamy sauces. If I've got to pick one thing, I would have the sauce and not the meal. So if you say pick one type of food, I would say like a creamy mushroom garlic sauce. I'll pick that if I have to say one thing. That's what I will say. Okay, next question. Do you enjoy shopping? Oh my gosh, I so do. Which shops do you like? Easy, Jumbo. You guys don't have Jumbo. Jumbo is the closest I can get to American shops is Target. That's the closest type of shop. I think Kaz knows what Target is because it's all over YouTube, Target. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll have that. Yeah, it's much bigger than a Target from what I've seen. The stationery section in America, I like watching the Americans do back to school shopping because I love stationery. I don't know what it is about it. I like W.H. Smith's, which is an English stationery. It's other things as well now, but it used to just be stationery. And we've got a shop here that's a stationer's, and I call it W.H. Smith's. Is there still W.H. Smith's, Kaz? Does that still occur? Because I know a lot of shops shut down, chain stores. But yeah, the stationery section in Jumbo is so cheap, but it's really good quality stuff. For example, these are whiteboard pens. I think they were €2, and they're such good quality. They're not ones that you can't rub off or don't stay on the board. So it's really good. So that's the best thing. You get all sorts there. You get fancy dress because we have carnival, obviously. 30 miles. Wowza. We go. How far do we drive to Limassol, the middle? It's about an hour we drive to get to the centre. How many miles would you say? No idea. We just drive. Shopping in the tool stores. Oh, Mike likes that. I don't mind. We have Super Home Centre, which is like a home store, whatever you guys call yours. That's got a lot of home stuff as well. So I don't mind that one. And like at the moment, it's obviously got all the pool toys and garden stuff and that. So I don't mind that one. But just a tool shop, no. Yeah, Jumbo's got everything. Fancy dressing, carnival, kitchen stuff, sweeties, a few clothes, more women clothes and children's, not many men's, just some basic men things. It's not really a clothes shop. You can get some shoes there. Home improvement stores. Yeah, not my favourites. I like bits and pieces shops. We did go to a charity shop the other day. I've got that video coming out. There's not many of those in Cyprus, very few and far between. And I was disappointed because where we went, in Pearson we went, which isn't too far away. And I said to Mike, we had to go there and post some stuff off. And I said, oh, I know there's a charity shop there. Can we go in there? We went in there and I was all excited to see what bargains I could get. And it was mostly clothes. And I thought, oh, I like bits and pieces and finding things. We don't have garage sales or anything like that. So not really markets, very few markets. And they're mostly veg and fruit, not like markets. There's one near Paphos Airport that I have videoed before. But when you go, it's always the same people with the same stuff. So, yeah, that's probably shopping is, yeah. So, yeah, Jumbo is my favourite shop. It's a Greek shop. We're nothing to do with Greece, but it's come over to Cyprus. And, yeah, you can get all sorts of garden stuff, kitchen stuff. As I say, Target's the closest I can get to what sort of shop it is. We can't film in shops in Cyprus, so can't show you. Oh, and obviously seasonal, every season there's stuff. But sadly, I cannot film for you in Jumbo. I would love to, but I can't. Okay, next question. What is the best age to be? Ooh. Younger than I am now because I feel dead old. Maybe whatever age I was when I first came here because I still had the energy. No, maybe when we first moved to this house. Maybe that, whatever that was. But an actual age to be, I would say for most people, probably a child age, because you've got no responsibility, no idea. Yeah, definitely. My favourite age, I've talked about this recently, was in the era of fame. I was actually at stage school living the real life of fame. So if I have to pick something, overall for me personally, that's what it was. But I wouldn't say that's the best age to be. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's lovely to be that content. Oh, wonderful. That's lovely to hear. But yeah, for most people, I think a child, it's carefree and yeah. Okay, next question. What is or was your favourite television programme? Ooh, favourite television programme. I've run out of water. I have to finish my cocktail now. Favourite television programme of all time. I used to like Charlie's Angels, and me and Mike are watching the reruns of that from series 1. We're on series 2 now. Retired Life is awesome. Yes, it certainly is. I was in my pool earlier and I was just like, I can do whatever I want when I want. I must admit, yes. I just wish my body could keep up with what I want to do now. Favourite TV programme? I used to like Doctor Who when I was a child. Thunderbirds. I got to pick one, Thunderbirds. And you all know I love Virgil. Yes, I love Virgil. Any westerns? Oh, you like westerns? I used to watch westerns with my dad. Spaghetti westerns, actually, was my preferred westerns. I liked a good old spaghetti western to watch with my dad. All the Dirty Dozen, not Dirty Dozen, Good, Bad and the Ugly, and yeah, all those classic westerns. Yeah. Is that why you're in Arizona? Do you like role play westerns out there? You could do that. You've got such areas you could really do a nice spoof western. That would be really cool. That would be great. Yeah, Thunderbirds, top all time, and I could watch those again. Definitely. Comedies, I do like a good comedy. Yeah, good comedy. Okay, next question. Is there a country you would like to visit and why? The only thing I haven't done that I did want to do and I hadn't done, we don't have passports now, so we can't do anything. Oh, Star Trek. Ooh. The only thing I would have done probably next was, I love trains. There's no trains in Cyprus. That's something I miss, just jumping on a train and going anywhere. I like trains. And I like the look of, say, Switzerland in springtime, because you know here I love all my mountain flowers. So I would like to you can do a train trip and you like stay on the train, as in your suitcase and all your stuff's on the train. You get like a proper, they call, not cabins, what do they call them on trains? It's not cabin, is it? Compartment? What do they call the rooms on the train? And you can, so all your stuff's there. I don't like these trips where you have to keep carrying your stuff around. So you go on there and you go up the mountains, and it's a whole holiday on the trains. That's something I probably would have done but didn't do. Germany. Oh, any particular part of Germany or any particular reason Germany? It's an interesting one. I did all of most places I wanted to go. I used to like to do long haul from England, all the Caribbean islands, and they're my favourite sort of places. Always an island. I like islands. I live in Cyprus. I live on an island. So I've always enjoyed islands because you've got more chance of seeing a whole country. But I do love the Caribbean. That was one of my choices for relocating full time, but several reasons why we decided not to in the end. One for hurricanes and things like that. and 2 for we wanted more versatility of life. So here there's lots of different things. No particular place, just Germany. Just Germany. Okie dokie. Next question. Do you think much about the past? Oh, yeah, I think so. Memories. And I'm often on my live showing things I'm doing out a drawer or a file or whatever. I'm always going through things I've got, and then am I going to keep it? Am I going to throw it away? And they bring back memories and stories. So, yeah, of course, I think about my past. I wouldn't change anything that's happened in my life, including bad things, because if they didn't happen, I wouldn't be here now. So, oh, did you? Oh, that sounds interesting. Oh, I'd like to learn more about that. What was the most thing that I would find surprising about Japan? Was there anything when you lived there you thought, oh, this is different to what I thought, or unexpected? Always looking forward. Yeah. I always ask my volunteers that come here, is there anything about Cyprus that isn't what you thought, or anything you found quite unexpected? my last volunteer, the Q&A is coming up soon that I did with her, but I asked her, was there anything unexpected or what you didn't imagine? And she said, yes, you drive on the left. Yes. Oh dear. So yeah, it's funny how that conversation goes with her about that. So look out for that one. But yeah, I always ask them anything unexpected. Okay. Do a couple more. Next question. Talk about one of your favourite singers. Oh, favourite singer. Favourite singer. Oh, Elton John. If I got to pick a soloist, I'll say Elton John. His songs are meaningful, but really good songs. So they're not just message, and they're sort of delve deep in for the actual what he's singing isn't what you think he's singing about. So I like that. Hey, Mr. Jimmy. I talked about you at the beginning of this live, so I have to run it back, okay? When you have time after work. That's my other channel, guys. So do check out on it. I'm trying to raise my subs on my other channel. Good afternoon to you. We had such a fun chat earlier, Jimmy. Really like that. Classic rock. That's a good one. Jimmy, we're saying talk about your favourite singers. Mr. Jimmy is in a band. Put your title of your band, Jimmy. I've forgotten it. And I've just finished my cocktail, Jimmy. I had topped it up with ice and bits, but I literally have just finished drinking that. So it does last me. I had to keep putting ice cubes in. Classic rock, says Steve. Classic rock. Yeah, Elton John for me. As I say, they're very tuneful, they sing along, and they've got sort of a more in-depth meaning than you can take the song just as it is. Or that's it. Whiskey Business is the band's name. Hey, Shirley's still there. Hey, Shirley Burley. Yes. Okay. Question. Do you have enough time to be alone? I used to do videos called Home Alone on this channel? Yes, on this channel. Yes, this channel. And what it was, well, you'll have to go and see episode 1 of Home Alone. And it was basically why Mike was out working in the mornings, what I did while I was on my own. But that doesn't happen anymore. Share out the stream, hit that like button. So, but I think we get on because we have our own time to do things. We're not separate much. He goes out shopping. I don't often go, but I go sometimes. I go if we're going to a fun place, not the DIY places, Steve. No. So he's got that time. I do my lives and YouTube stuff. That's my time. But we have times we meet up together. Like he'll be, after I do this, he might say, oh, do you want to go in the pool now? And so we meet up in the pool. Listen to us. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Jimmy. If you're not yet subscribed to Dawn's channel, please consider subscribing today. Bless you. Yeah, and he has hobbies, I have hobbies, but as I was saying earlier, I'll do things like my cross stitch while we're watching something on his laptop tonight. We always meet up sort of tea time and that kind of thing. He'll go off and do DIY stuff, or I'll be in the garden. But often if I want to do lots of garden jobs, I'll say, what are you doing today? And if he's doing something static, DIY, I might go and do a job near him, and so we can chat and that. We always meet up breakfast time. So first thing in the morning, why it's so hot here at the moment, I get up, try and get up before 6, go and do the watering, and he goes and does a quick bit of cement. He's out there keep watering it at the moment so it doesn't crack up. And then we meet up breakfast, and then we say, right, what's happening today? And breakfast time. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And do check out Steve's channel. He does lives on Mondays, 8 a.m. Arizona time, and a one on Fridays at 5 p.m. Arizona time. Do go and check that out. Thanks for being there. View New Beginnings' latest video. That's got a lot of views. If it's the one with the abandoned village, or have I posted one since then? I posted one today. But the abandoned village one has gone really quick views. I posted one today. What did I post? I'm terrible. It's because I've edited 2 videos today now. I don't know what I've done. Let me see what I just posted. I just posted something this morning. Oh, yes, it's a good one. It's the Sudi Beach, which is a beach in Limassol, and it's where we rescued Pebbles from. Oh, there we go. There's the other one. Thank you. It's the Sudi Beach, and it's where Pebbles comes from. And I show you the beach, and you can see the pebbles and the colour of pebbles. But yeah, it's a nice little place, and show you all around the Sudi Beach area. That's really nice. But yeah, Jimmy's put the link up for the meet the other another volunteer, and yeah, I take her to some of the abandoned village and show her around, and the ravine. The ravine's quite awesome, really is. Okay, lovely. Thank you, Jimmy. Love you. Thanks for that. So do take a look at those, and as I say, my other channel is also linked below, so you can always pop on there and have a look at Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. Okay, time's getting on. Let's do a couple more, and then I'm out of here, back in the pool. Have you ever had a pet of which you were very fond? Oh, every pet has their own personality. I've just done a video, it's not posted yet, and I've called it my ragdoll kitten. Now, ragdoll is not a breed, it's a type of cat. And I didn't realise it's quite a trend at the moment to have a ragdoll kitten. And if you don't know what that is, that's Kit. If you've seen my cat, Kit, that is a ragdoll. It's one where you pick them up and they're quite like floppy. And that's where they get the name ragdoll from. And they're just like, they hang. When you pick them up, they just hang, flopsy. And they've got a look about them. They all look quite similar. And so I've made a video. I'm calling it My Ragdoll Kitten. And I'm going to post it. I don't know if it's going on this channel or my other channel yet, but that will be posted soon. I might do a bit about that on Friday, on my live on my other channel. So, yeah, it's all over the internet, my ragdoll kittens. I'm like, oh, I didn't realise I was trendy. I thought, well, I'll do a video and then you can just see. And there's some really funny bits of that. Okay, one more question and then I have to go. What is your idea of a good night out? Oh, that's quite easy. Good night out for me, or any going out for me, my favourite thing is to eat out. To eat out, go to a restaurant, have something that we don't have at home. That movies are okay. Here we have a cinema, like you go indoors, it's an indoor proper cinema, and the top floor, I think there's 3 or 4 floors, I'm not sure, and the top floor in the summer, the whole top opens so you can see the stars, but they only do it certain times in the summer and really late at night because obviously A, it's hot, and B, it's because it's still hot here in the evenings. It's not a country where it cools down in the evenings like at Europe, that they get a cool evening. It's still hot. So it's certain months, certain times, and it's very late at night, so it's dark. And so that's an experience. And they have those ones that are like big armchairs, and you can get double ones, which are big sofas. So yeah, cinema's good. We very rarely go though to the cinema. It's a long way away for us to drive into town and then we drive back. So unless we really, really want to see something, it's still reasonable price to go here. But no, a meal out. Here, I don't know if anyone else has it in their countries. In the summer, do you have like summer shopping hours, which means they're open in the evening? Maybe America, your shops are open late anyway, I would expect. I don't know. Let me know. But here we have summer hours, so the shops are open to about, I think it's 10 o'clock at night. Might be 9 o'clock. I'm not sure, but like late evening. So, yeah, shopping maybe, but we don't really shop in the evening. Going out for a meal, that's what I would say. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. I've had a laugh with you all. Check out all the channels that have been on the chat. Make sure you check out each other. Don't forget to have a look at my other channel, which is linked below. And until next time, Meraki.